What's up, Tesla family? It's Ray J back with another video. And in this one, I want to break down what's happening with Tesla, SPY, NVIDIA, the QQQ, and a couple of other tickers. I'm going to break down some big news that just came out from the markets and Tesla's with a bullish catalyst, not to mention why the market is trying to pump right now. But let me just mention that I am not a financial planner, so take nothing I say as financial advice. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button. It not only benefits me, it benefits the entire community as a whole. So what's happening in the markets right now? We're seeing the market attempting to bounce. That includes Tesla and many other tickers. We're retesting this 205 resistance. If we break this, Tesla will attempt to go even higher. And the whole market is starting to squeeze. Even SPY is pumping very, very hard right now. We're currently at 549 a share, which opens the door for this imbalance fill towards 552 if we manage to hold above these key levels. But so far, the market remains bullish. We got some big data, and the market is responding very positively. So the first thing is initial jobless claims. This was at 227,000, below expectations. This is once again showing signs that the labor market is not as bad as many people may have thought. And there's not as many jobless claims as what we expected. The market is responding positively to that. Continuing jobless claims are also aligned with expectations. The market is loving this as well. And then when it comes to other pieces of data, I just wanted to call out we also had our very important numbers coming out from the Philly Fed. The market got a more positive reaction to this as well. So far, the market is liking everything, and we're getting a very, very positive reaction. We're going to be listening to what happens with industrial production numbers and a couple of other metrics like manufacturing production at about 9:15 a.m. But besides that, all we have are just a bunch of Fed speakers, and that's pretty much it for the markets. There's a little bit more industrial data coming out, but the market still remains bullish. With everything coming out, the market's now anticipating a 25 basis point cut from the Fed. There's now a 74.5% chance that happens, and 25.5% chance we get a 50 basis point cut. Not really much of a change compared to yesterday, but it's still worth noting. Walmart had its earnings actually beat estimates, raised its outlook as stable consumer health continues, and we're looking pretty good right now. What's good about Walmart is they beat on EPS with 67 cents adjusted. They beat on revenue with $169 billion. And despite the fact that their net income dropped, their forecasts are very, very strong. They're looking at big jumps in their e-commerce sales, not to mention a lot of good projections. So this is also a positive catalyst for retail. And then besides that, the market is just once again responding to more data, becoming more and more positive. Last thing I wanted to call out is Tesla. We have some new news coming out involving the Megapack sites in Queensland. This is in Australia. They're beginning expansions besides the coal plants. This is very important. This is going to be the battery energy storage system development that's going on right now. You can see it right over here. It's going to be creating another 80 jobs in construction, and they're going to use this to expand their battery capabilities and make Queensland more renewable, according to what they're trying to say, powered by more renewable energy, if anything. This is going to be a big investment to be made right here. It's also planning a 5 gigawatts investments from Stanwell to help cover the area's efforts. This is going to be very important too. And on top of this, we're going to be looking for a big change in their faces for 2026 to 2027 to help improve, the way in which they are building the factories and doing a bunch of different things. So this is more bullish news for Tesla. Good piece of news so far. What do I see for SPY in the markets now? That's what the real question is. What do I see for Tesla? Here's my answer. Right now, we're trying to rebound. On the daily chart, Tesla was dipping quite a bit, but we held support. And now we're attempting to rebound with the markets because we're getting a very positive reaction. I'm going to pull up the 4-hour time frame. For Tesla, watch 205 as resistance. If we break, then we're going up to about 208. If we end up losing support at 202, we'll be dipping back down towards 198 as well. As long as we're above 202, look at 205 as the potential targets. If we break this, we will continue to push. And if anything, we look more bullish, in my opinion, as we're attempting to uptrend still for Tesla. So it's attempting to recover. We did dip a little bit yesterday only to get bought back up. We did not end up losing support at 200. And now we're trying to make a nice comeback. So there's a good chance Tesla will continue with this push. So far, so good from Tesla, in my opinion. For others out there like SPY is testing 549 as resistance. If we could break this, I think our next target is going to be 552. And if we fail at 549, look at 547 as our support, followed by 544. As of right now, SPY is favoring upsides, pushing very, very nicely. So there's no sign of us rejecting yet. And we've gotten a very, very positive reaction to all this data. So it still looks very bullish and has imbalances to fill, so it still favors the upside. Right now, look at this resistance at 55.30. If we break through this, we might just fill this imbalance all the way up towards 55.94, very close to 5600 on ES. If we continue to break this resistance, look at resistance at 55.30. If we reject, you're going to be looking at support around 54.90, so it's not really a whole lot else to be looking at. But this chart is favoring upside. If we just break this resistance, we could easily start to fill this imbalance, start pushing closer to 5600 as you remain bullish. For SPX, we are looking pretty decent right now. We're going to be looking at this resistance to be tested at 54.80 around up here. If this breaks, this imbalance will fill towards 55.40. We still look bullish on SPX. To turn bearish, you want to see us lose 5400. We're still favoring a move to the upside. We're still holding up well. For Nvidia, we dipped a little bit only to rebound, but look at resistance at this 120 area. We could be forming a cup here, so it might try to push a little higher towards 120. Then above that, we have 121.4. Watch that as the next resistance, followed by 124. So we look bullish. If we do break down and we lose support right here around 116, I'm going to be looking for 113 as our support. But this is still favoring upside all the way up towards the 120 plus area. So I think that NVIDIA looks bullish. It's forming a nice cup right now. So it's still favoring the upside. This has not changed. For Bitcoin, we had a double top, and I was a little concerned about this, but now we're getting bought up a little bit. We'll see if this leads to a rejection or not. But look for a test of 59,600 all over again. If that breaks, we should continue to push up towards 60,000. If you reject, you'll be dipping back down. We'll have to wait and see, but we still remain. It looks like it wants to push higher, so it does have potential for that. But there could be that double top, so I'll just wait and see on this. But it remains a little bit more bullish. QQQ has broken its 200 EMA. This is a bullish signal. So as long as we're above 468, we favor a move up towards 473 around that area. If we lose 468, look at key support at 464. This chart still looks bullish to me. Could be forming a cup. Looking at Apple, we look bullish. We're trying to push higher. Look at this resistance around 225. As long as we hold above 222, 225 is going to be our target. If we lose 222, look at 219 as support. The chart is still favoring upside. So let me just go over a few more. Looking at, just for instance, Supermicro, for those who are interested, we're favoring a push for 600 if we manage to hold above 580. IWM looks more bullish. As long as we're above 209, we favor more upside. We could be pushing for not just 212, but if that breaks, we're going up to 216. And if we end up losing 209, we're going to be dipping, but this still favors the upside. For Coinbase, we have this resistance to watch for at 203. If we can hold up above 195, look for 203 as a target. If we lose 195, we'll be dipping back down towards 188, but this chart is still favoring upside. Amazon looks more bullish. We're looking at basically 176 as a potential target right now. 175, excuse me. If we break past 175, we're going back up towards 177. If we lose 175, look at 172 as support. The chart remains bullish. It's trying to invalidate many of these rising wedges, like patterns that we were seeing. So I'm not too worried now. Meta looks more bullish. Going to be looking for a push for 535 or higher. As long as we're above 530, and look at key support at 525. We look bullish on Microsoft, trying to push up as well. Look at 420 as a key resistance. If we break this, we're going all the way up towards 423. And if we end up losing 417, we're looking for a dip back down towards 413. We still look bullish. Google's trying to rebound, but look at resistance at 163.5. Not the best of setups. It's just kind of flat right now, but I think it could push just a bit. So the whole market is trying to pump right now. They are trapping a lot of shorts, and all we have to do is follow the trend and just be very unbiased from this point on. Thank you guys so much for listening. Have a great day. I'll see you guys in just a couple of hours for another update, and peace out.